So, Roy, I know you're an airport chaplain, amongst other things. Let's talk about how you started as an airport chaplain.
Okay, well, I think that I've always had a call to chaplaincy. I just didn't really know in which direction I should be going, but I investigated a number of options which didn't seem quite right, including prison chaplaincy and hospital chaplaincy. And I was in prayer one day, and I suddenly had the thought, which I do believe was a thought from the Lord, to ring the airport to ask whether or not they had anything to do with chaplaincy. And surprisingly, when I rang the airport, or maybe not that surprisingly, the duty manager said, "Oh, it's amazing you should ring just now because we're in the process of talking to a number of clergy about perhaps starting this at East Midlands. Would you like to join in the discussions?" So I said, absolutely, I would. And then a group of us met together with the management team and talked about what we might feel would be helpful to the airport and what we would be doing whilst we were there. And the airport very kindly welcomed us in.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. I know you're a chaplain, you're a pastor, but I also know you well enough to understand that you're somewhat an evangelist too. How does your evangelistic edge inform your chaplaincy? How do the two things work together?
Well, I think chaplaincy is about listening, and often people come to the airport with baggage, not the stuff that they packed the night before,
Yeah.
but stuff that really is in their heart and in their head. And coming to an airport can be quite a frightening experience for some people. It's travelling on a metal tube 30,000 feet in the air can be quite daunting for some. So we do get people who are a little bit frightened of flying, but we also get people who come through the door who perhaps are attending a funeral, or they're leaving a very difficult situation, or they need a conversation with somebody because they've got something that's on their heart that they need to talk about. And so chaplaincy gives us the opportunity to engage with those people and to help them. And I think that's the most important thing to say, to look to help people. And often out of that can come opportunities to share faith with people if they want to talk about that. So we're not there to foist our faith on anyone, but by the nature of who we are and what we do as ministers, we're obviously there to be able to talk about faith for those who'd like to talk. And we do get a number of people who want to talk to us about matters of faith, particularly if they're going on a very, very difficult journey, or they're dealing with difficulties at home, or perhaps even travelling to some difficulties. I need to add, of course, coming to the airport's not about, having difficulties. Some people are travelling because they're going on a nice trip, a happy holiday, and that's a wonderful thing. But others do need to talk, and that also includes not just passengers but staff too, who we see day in, day out. And obviously in being able to meet with staff, we're able to form good relationships with them, and out of that relationship we have many opportunities that are given to us.
Fantastic. Do you ever feel that you're constrained? Do you ever feel frustrated that you can't quite go where you'd like to go with someone as a chaplain?
I haven't felt that at the airport. I think I've always felt that you have to look at the person in front of you and say, what are they looking for? And sometimes it could just be a kind word. It could be a little encouragement, a little bit of help, maybe even a shoulder to cry on. And that's really all that is necessary at that point. For some people, it's different, and they want to talk much more deeply about things. And sometimes if they're there in the airport for longer than perhaps they would like to be, getting into a conversation with somebody who really wants to talk, that gives me the opportunity to share my faith if people are willing and wanting to listen.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Roy, for you perhaps wouldn't realise this, but what I've learnt with working with you in a different context in Download Festival, but just following you, walking with you, and seeing how you interact with people. It's been really a learning curve for me and a good one. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I think just to add, Dan, we try to be a friendly face. And I think in large organisations, sometimes very impersonal organisations, a friendly face is really important.
Yeah. Sometimes just a smile can lift you, can't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And sometimes that's all that it takes to for some people to know that you care and that you're there for them.
Thank you so much, Roy.
Thank you.